It says go to 3. Which one are you looking for? Because I can do some lore. I could do. I'm off the top of my head. I can do a lot of Warhammer lore, a bunch of Gundam lore. It's yeah, those are the ones I feel comfortable doing off the top of my head. If you would want one. Okay. Well, Warhammer 40 or Warhammer or Gundam. All right. So to tell the story, Gundam. Okay. So, do you know the story about how Char came to be who he was? So Char Aznable, for those of you that don't know, was a reoccurring rival. I don't really want to say villain because he started kind of as a villain in the first series, but he became a friend and then a villain and then a not. And at some point, him and Amuro were completely in love. Muting, you have nerd mouth right now. it's nerd lore, Fen. So anyway, Char was the son of a very prominent politician in the Republic of Zeon. For the Republic of Zeon was the area called Side 3 that was settled in L'Orange Point 3, mostly made up of Slavic and Russian immigrants. His father, Zeon, he was named originally born in Casa. Oh crap! What was their last name? Casvel Remdyken. Why did I forget that? PP Dent. He was originally named Casvel Remdyken. His father was Zeon Remdyken. So, Zeon proposed a theory called the New Type Theory. This theory states that basically as humanity moves into space, they will begin to evolve and become more empathetic, and we will gain a psychic connection with each other. So he was honestly, he was right. That's what ends up happening. That's what all of Universal Century and some of the other ones are about. But he started this, and he started really pushing for Spacenoid independence because the people in space in the Gundam universe, they basically, in the Universal Century, they basically packed all of their poverty-stricken people up into space and shipped them to the colonies as free labor to build it. And then all the rich people, if you were over a certain value, got to stay on Earth while Earth healed from all of the pollution and such. So he started being like, okay, well, we mine these asteroids, we build these things. There's a lot of things that can only be built in zero G that the Earth needs to survive at this point. We need to be independent. So that started conflicts between the Zeon local military, the Republic, or the Side 3 local military or government, and the government on Earth, which resulted in a handful of assassination attempts, which never really got through. Well, Zeon's best friend was Daikin Zabi, I think it was the father's name. He's not that important. Anyway, the Zabi family does what the Federations can't, and they turn around and assassinate all of Zeon's family, except for Casvel. And you later find out that Artoria, his little sister, also escaped, but that's a whole other thing. So they get, well, actually, you find that out right away because they get smuggled out. They get raised by Rambaral, and then they go live with the Aznable family, which were friends of Rambaral's. This is technically Gundam Origin shows all of this. This is pre 0079. So anyway, they get raised. It's noted that Char Aznable, the son of the Mr. Aznable that they were smuggled out to, and Cassville look like the spitting image of each other. They could be brothers. So Cassville, being the edgy teenager that he will remain for the rest of his life, gets this idea. They both enroll in the Side 3 military academy, except he enrolls under an assumed name. So he fakes an illness and lets his friend go ahead of him. But he... Thank you, Visceral. He rigs the ship, though, and basically stands there and watches as the entire ship flying to out into space to Side 3 so they can join the military there explodes. It will be in a minute easy mode. Someone really redeemed a nerd story, so give me just a moment. So it explodes, and Char ends up taking the name of his friend because they were noted to look exactly alike. He then enrolls into the academy, becomes really, really close with Garma, the youngest Zabi, and yeah, Bully the streamer, yeah. So he ends up becoming very, very close with Garma, the Zabi, ends up actually working his way up to being a test pilot in the early mobile suits, because Zeon built the first mobile suits, even though Origin shows that there were GMs and stuff before, but no, that's kind of in the timeline. But so he ends up becoming a test pilot for the first mobile suits, and then in the initial battle of the 1 Year War, where the Earth Federation is fighting with like old space fighters and such, Char goes out in a Zaku 1 and is just going ham, wrecking everything, nuking battleships left and right, and just absolutely, yes, we're talking Gundam, just absolutely destroys stuff. And he's with his wingmen, the Black Tri-Stars, who are important characters later on, end up taking Commander Revel hostage, which results in the temporary ceasefire and everything, and blah blah blah, and results in the production of the Gundam in the 1 Year War, and that's all plot relevant to the first TV show. You know, I actually never watched Cory in the House. Like, I feel like I need to, though. So, anyway, so yes, Char basically takes up the place. He ends up becoming one of the leading field commanders. Hey, Chris, how you doing tonight? And gets in the good graces of all... Yeah, we're talking about Gurren Lagann's, yeah. He gets in his good graces of the Zabi family and gets close to them and proceeds to just systematically kill them all to take revenge on his family. And the coup de grace is the very final moments of the last episode. Cory in the House is the only anime. Where he headshots Cassilia Zabi, who was in love with him, by the way. The daughter of the Zabi family, who was in love with Char, by the way. He headshots her with a bazooka and takes out the entire ship she's on. And I need you to watch that scene, but we'll get back to it now. So, but yeah, no, that's how Char became who he was. He killed a friend of his and basically did everything for revenge, which is why he gives up the name Char when we get to... Yeah, have you never seen that, Blue? I don't know an easy way to show it. Yeah, no, watch the very last, 5 minutes of the last episode of 0079. He headshots Cassilia with a bazooka from outside. After him and Amuro... Yeah, so him and Amuro are fighting through Abacoa, and he's in the Zeong and Amuro's in the RX-78, and they just trash each other, completely annihilated. Both suits are completely destroyed. So what do these dumbasses do is they get out of their mecha and they go start beating the hell out of each other through Abacoa, which was a mining asteroid in a really fancy place, to the point where they run out of ammo in their regular sidearms. So they grab 2 fencing swords off the wall and start beating the hell out of each other with fencing swords. And then as things are blowing up around them. So something happens, it blows up around them. They're like, oh crap, we got to get out of here. And the people on White Base go, Amro, dude, you really need to get back to the core fighter. I like, come on. And someone else, or Cassilia radios Char and goes, Char, the asteroid's blowing up. You really need to get back here. Let's make our escape. And so Char's like, okay, yeah, cool. So Amro makes it to the core fighter. He gets out. That's, happy ending, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so Char, the real main character, goes, oh, okay, yeah, no, it's all right, Cassilia, I'm on my way. And he's like, gets through Albacoa, finds a bazooka. And Cassilia's trying to, has her ship pulling out of the hangar, and it turns, and she's like, it's Captain Robotech's the father who left, Gundam's the older successful brother, Gurren Lagann's the younger, way too cool for school brother, he was the depressed slam poetry brother, Darling was the little sister who was cute till, oh god, I feel that so hard, easy mode. Darling the Franxx was amazing until the last 2 episodes, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, so she's like, oh, did Commander Char get on here? Like, she's not going to admit in front of her men that she, is in love with this dude and wants him there. She's like, did Commander Char get on? We need to make sure Commander Char's here. And it turns, and the view screen is him floating there with the little jetpacks they wear when they're in their piloting suits to fly out. And he's holding a bazooka, and he salutes Cassilia and goes, sorry about this, and headshots her through the view screen of her ship with a bazooka that blows up and takes the whole goddamn ship out with it. So it's such a great scene. Please just watch the last episode of the original Mobile Suit Gundam. It is so ridiculous. No, Sword Art Online was only 13 episodes, so I mean that happens to a lot of shows that were like really good. And they never made anything after those 13 episodes. Thanks, Divine. All right. Anyway, back to Chain Echoes, because I'm about to get my mecha, I think.